Right now, I can literally pee on myself. Like, who is stopping me from peeing on myself? Yo, I just love the TikTok trend of us having free will, and I think that is so important to recognize. And I feel as though people don't exercise the fact that they have free will. Like, the point I'm really trying to make here is that we can really choose to do whatever we want, whenever we want, based on the decisions that we want to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel as though as a collective, a lot of people don't exercise their free will. Like, you don't have to stay, you don't have to do that, you can do that, you can stay, and you can, and you don't have to. And you know what I'm saying? Like, once I realized that I can exercise my free will however I want, I was like, no, you know what? No, I don't have to do that. You know what? I can do that. I can get up and I can do this, that, and third. And I feel like as though we forget that we actually have choices, and comes with consequences, but the word consequences have like a bad connotation to it, when really it's just a result of whatever choice you made, right? So let's get into it. Anyways, if you're new here, my name is Sarah Tarr. I so far have been doing just hair video, and I just want to segue into the talking aspect because I do have things to say. Okay, let's just get into part one, the gift of free will. We can literally do whatever we want, with consequences, of course, but like, just think about it. Like, if I wanted to get water right now, I can go do that. If I wanted to pee on myself, I can go do that. If I wanted to wear 2 to 3 different shirts all at one time, I can do that. Who is physically stopping me from doing these things? No one. And I feel as though like people don't realize that we really do have a choice. We can make decisions that we want to make. Like, it's really your decision what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like at one point I understood. I'm like, wait, I can actually choose, and I choose not to, or I choose to do certain things and choose not to do certain things. And I feel as though once I started doing that, I was like, wait, things are different though. And it's like, once you start making choices that you want to make and not based on like guilt or what somebody else wants you to make, your perspective starts to change, and you start to become more and more confident in yourself and who you know you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you made a bad choice, at least you can say, of course we're owning our own decisions, right? At least if you made a bad decision, you'd be like, okay, I made this decision based on this, that, and the third. Now I know I'm not gonna make that decision again, and you could choose to make a different decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ability to just do whatever you want, for real. Like, I know some people be like with certain parameters, but like, for real, you can really do whatever you want. And every choice that we choose shapes our lives. Like, today, if I choose to go to the gym, that's just, that's just setting the tone. I'm adding a little bit more muscle or whatever benefits that I'm going to get from exercising. I just add just a little bit more, and over time a little goes a long way. So even the smallest choices that you make today, they all build up to bigger consequences based on the decision that you made today. And those big decisions that you make have even bigger effect on your tomorrow or right now. So think about that. And while you're thinking about that, we're just going to go to the next part, is that every choice has a consequence, right? Understanding that consequences help maximize your free will. So by that, I mean, like, I think we're just going to be stuck on exercise today because, that's the new thing I'm trying to get into. If you decide today, you know what, I don't want to work out today. And you told yourself every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday you want to work out, and today is that Friday you're supposed to work out. It always starts there. It's like, okay, I'm not going to work out today. Then you're not going to work out for the next few days until Monday come, right? And then you decide on Monday, I don't want to work out again. You need to stop and think about the future consequences to this particular choice. Like, you have a free will, and that's the point. You have a free will, but you should also be thinking about the consequences that come with each decision, right? So what's the potential consequences of not going to the gym just for these 2 days, so we say? Well, you did skip the one day. Now it encourages you to miss the next day. See how that first decision influenced the second decision? But had you gone that Friday, you probably, personally for me, I'd be thinking like, all right, I already went that Friday. I would hate to mess up my streak. So it encourages me to go on Monday as well. And if I don't go to the gym, then I'll probably end up gaining weight. I'm not gonna build the body that I want. I'm not gonna be as healthy as I want. If you decide to make a decision, think about the consequences based on your ultimate end goal. Like if your end goal was to save X amount of money by this and that time, your decisions should be reflecting that. What is that saying? We choose our choices, but we don't choose our consequences. Yeah, but if you can anticipate the potential consequence, you should really think about that before you make a choice. In Galatians 6:7, we reap what we sow. So I don't want anybody to think like, oh, I have free will, so I'm just going to, I mean, you could, because that's the point. You can actually go do criminal activity. But remember the consequences, whether we like it or not. When the people are arresting you, don't say nothing, because you should own your decision that you wanted to do criminal activity. It is what it is, but we should have to own it. You just got to be confident in that. Like, this is what I'm going to do. These are the potential consequences. I'm okay with that. Like, no matter how big or small the decision is, it matters. Like, it really be the small decisions that matter the most compared to the big ones that we make. Okay, we're just going to move to part 3, where sometimes our choices don't go as we plan. Yeah. And I think sometimes it benefits us when things don't always go as planned, because now you get an opportunity to learn from your decision and you can make better decisions moving forward. So it's good to mess up. It's good to make a decision, find out, okay, this wasn't the best decision, and now you can do it differently in a better way, because you already made that mistake before and now you can do something else. Like if I got into sewing, right? If I made the decision, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sew this part with this part, but then I come to see, actually I made a lot of bad decisions when I was sewing, sheesh. But I learned from them, like the different type of interfacing. So they had this one that looked like leather when you interface it, and one that was like wool. I'm not exactly sure what the name was, but one was very difficult to sew on top of, while the other one was easier to sew on top of. So I made the decision, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna use this one because I don't know the difference right now, for real. So I just chose that one. And then when I got home, I interfaced whatever I need to interface. And then when I started sewing, I saw, yikes, this is gonna take me so long because this is the wrong interfacing. And because of that decision, now I have written down, so I can never make that decision again. I would never use this. I would never use this, or at least not the way that I used it, this type of interfacing again. You see how I made a choice, I owned it, and because I messed up and things didn't go as planned based on my decision, now I know I don't have to do that again, and I'm not gonna do that again, and I can make it easier on myself by using this other interfacing for my clothing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as though like me messing up also built my confidence in the fact that now I know better. Like now walking to the store, I'm like, I ain't gotta waste too much energy thinking because I did mess up, but now I'm more confident in my next decision because I already know what not to look for. Do you get? And I also think it's important, like, not to beat yourself over it, because I'm not gonna lie, I needed the dress that day, so it really sucked that I had to figure that out the moment when I really needed it the most. But that also taught me next time I should do things earlier. You see what messing up, making wrong decisions, messing up, and then learning from it is really beneficial, at least if you're using it properly. Like if you're making the same mistake again, once more, that's on you, and you have the ability to choose to make the same decision again, but just understand like the consequences are still going to be the same, if not worse, especially if you already know you're supposed to know that, right? So there's no point in being like, oh man, I'm so this, that, and the third. Like some of us be trying to talk down on ourselves. Unnecessary. We're gonna cut that out, right? We're gonna cut that out and be like, listen, ain't work out. I'm not about to feel guilty about it too much. Depending on what you're doing, maybe sometimes guilt is okay, but depending on what you're doing, like with the sewing instance situation, there was nothing for me to feel guilty about. I just know better now. I'm gonna do better. So, you know, just forgive yourself and move on to make better decisions. Okay, now the last part, how can we make proper decisions based on our free will? It's like, I'm telling y'all what to do, but at the end of the day, remember, you can literally do whatever you want, but For me personally, I like to, when I'm thinking about a decision, let's say we're gonna get back to the exercise thing, because we're just gonna use that because everybody in the mom's fit nowadays, including myself, right? If my goal is to have slimmer arms and a more toned back, that's my end goal, right? I like to think from the end, and then I work my way backwards to currently where I'm at, and then I make decisions that will reach that end result, right? So if I know I want a toned back and slimmer arms, I'm not about to be in the gym doing cardio and hit every day of my life in that gym session. Like, that makes absolutely no type of sense, right? So figuring out, number one, I guess, figuring out what you want to accomplish as far as end goal. Then you come back and you say, and you pause and you think, okay, day to day, what can I do to reach that end goal? So, okay, I'm gonna work out 3 days a week. I'm doing full body, so after I do this first hour of this part of my body, then I move to the next hour. I'm gonna be doing the pull down. I'm gonna be doing that thing that go like this. I'm gonna be doing that thing that go like this, because I don't know any of these gym exercise names for real. I just be on Pinterest and I pick whichever one look good. And that's how I'm gonna get my nice tight back and my nice slim arms, okay? So now you know your end goal. Now you think, okay, these are my choices. Choice A, I can just do nothing. I would never, and the consequence of that is what? I won't reach my goal at all. Choice B, I can exercise only 1 time a week, even though I'm going to the gym 3 times. What the potential consequences of that? It might take me a little longer to get to my goal. Choice C, or 3, whichever one I'm going with, whatever order I'm going, I forgot. I'm going to the gym 3 days a week. 3 days a week, I'm going to incorporate the upper body workout, and the potential consequences or the choices, the results of those choices would be, I'm going to get to my goal much faster, and I'm going to be happy about my decision. So now all of these 3 choices, what do I want? Well, do I have the time? Do I have the energy? Yes, I'm going with choice C. Do I not have the time and energy? Okay, I might need to take a little longer. I'm going to go with choice B. See, you just make that decision yourself after you weigh out, okay, this is the choice, this is the consequence that aligns with it. There's another choice, this is the consequences, and okay, based on these choices, I have another choice to pick whichever choice. You know, a lot of choices here, but like, it makes sense. I hope like you guys are following what I'm trying to say here. What can you handle? What are you comfortable with? You choose. Not because somebody said, oh, you have to work out 5 days a week, you gotta be in the gym every day, because there's those people who go to the gym twice a day. Kudos to you. And I mean, God willing, I live long, then I technically have my whole life to work out. I don't need to be rushing things like that. Nothing you could do to make better choices is ask yourself if it aligns with you. I know sometimes let's say the gym instance, and some people be like, some people see other people going to the gym and like they want, what's the thing? Everybody wants the glutes, the abs and stuff like that. But what if you don't want that? What if you just want to be healthy? You just want to be active? And I just seen like a post the other day where the girl was like, oh, like I hate going to the gym and I see people who work out a lot and their body don't show it. And I always thought like that's why I'm like, dang, this person work out very often, but their body don't show like the results. They don't have like the muscle that you think they'll have. They don't have the physique that you associate with working out that much or that heavy. And I was just like, that's so interesting. And it just made me think like, some people actually don't want to look like that. They're not after the abs. They're not after the glutes. So it's like, if you know that's not what you want, why are you following people that, you know what I'm saying? Why are you even listening to that when all you want to do is be healthy anyways? You're not looking for the aesthetics or anything like that. You're just looking to have fun, get into this and that, and meet people, and you know, those type of things. So once again, are the choices that you're willing to make, do they even align with who you are and what you want out of your life? If they don't, then you have the choice. You have the choice to not do that. And another aspect of making the right decision or making choices that you think that will benefit you more is seeking wisdom. Like I know in the Bible, for us, for me and other Christians, if you're not a Christian watching this, I am a Christian though, it's in Proverbs 11 where, sorry, I'm gonna read it. Where there is no guidance, the people fall, but in abundance of counsel, there is victory. So just seeking people who, like I said, based on your end goal or based on what aligns with you, who have the results that you want or something similar. You can get like advice from them. I mean, social media is like, this is technically an advice video right now, so you can get advice from people that you know who has done it, or gather information, like just to weigh out your choices, to at least know what the potential consequences of this, that, and the third based on the decision that you're making. So like seeking wisdom from other people or gather information to be able to make a lot of decisions, because I know personally I don't like to make decisions when I don't know, when I don't feel as though I have enough information. Like if somebody be like, oh, would you like to come help do a project and we'll pay you $50,000 for the 3 months you're going to be doing the project. I need to know where the project's being done, how long, how many hours, do I have to move? You know, I need all this information. So just gather information to be able to make the best decision is also very helpful. And then also remember, not making a choice is also a choice. So that's that also, and you just have to be very intentional about the whole situation. So just to end this whole entire video, I just want to say, like, decisions that we make is very important, and it shapes our future, it shapes our lives, and it also helps us to build confidence within ourselves to know that we can actually make these decisions for ourselves. And the takeaway is, I just want you to know that you can choose to do whatever you want. Weigh the consequences, but you could literally do whatever you want, and you should. Remember the consequences. If you want to do, like I said, if you want to do criminal activity, you can do that. But when they locking you up, just understand, like, you chose that choice. So the choices that we make shapes the lives that we could live. And I think that we should really use the free will that God has given us in the choices, the daily choices that we get to make. Because you get to make choices every single day. Like, I got an opportunity to choose whether I wanted to make this video today. I didn't have to do it, but I chose to do it. You know what I'm saying? So choose the choices that you want to make, and not think and consider other people, but don't let that be the complete focus, especially when it's really going to affect you in a negative way by choosing somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hold the power to change your life one choice at a time. Super corny, right? Oh my gosh. Anyways, see how I chose to make that corny ending? I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Comment down if you have been making choices that go against yourself. If you've been making the choices for yourself and how you feel after you make those decisions. And most importantly, how has the decisions that you've been making benefit you? And if it didn't benefit you, how did you own your decision and do better? Until next time, see you guys in my next video.